A Valediction Forbidding Mourning by John Donne. As virtuous men pass mildly away, and whisper to their souls to go, while some of their sad friends do say, the breath goes now, and some say no. So let us melt and make no noise, no tear floods nor sigh tempests move, 'twere profanation of our joys, to tell the laity our love. Moving of the earth brings harms and fears, men reckon what it did and meant, but trepidation of the spears, though greater far, is innocent. Dull sublunary lovers' love, whose soul is sense, cannot admit absence, because it doth remove those things which alimented it. But we by a love so much refined, that ourselves know not what it is, enter assured of the mind, careless, eyes, lips, and hands to miss. Our two souls therefore which are one, though I must go, endure not yet a breach, but an expansion, like gold airy thinness beat. If they be two, they are two so, as stiff twin compasses are two. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth if the other do. And though it in the centre sit, yet when the other far doth roam, it leans and hearkens after it, and grows erect as that comes home. Such wilt thou be to me, who must like the other foot obliquely run. Thy firmness makes my circle just, and makes me end where I begun. A Valediction Forbidding Mourning is one of John Donne's most famous poems. This also happens to be one of his less in-depth poems. Following a simple A-B-A-B rhyme scheme, Donne is straightforward and to the point. This poem was written to Donne's wife, Anne, as a farewell before leaving for a trip to Europe. Donne is explaining to his wife that he must leave for some time, although this is no reason for mourning or sorrow. He says that their goodbye should be simple and mild, the way virtuous men quietly pass away with no complaints. Donne is attempting to console his beloved wife by showing her just how impenetrable their love truly is. To cry and have a sorrowful goodbye would be an insult to the love that they have and still do share with one another. Donne believes that the love that they share is so sacred that to cry about his departure could never be understood by the people who do not understand the real bond and connection that they have to one another. This time they must spend apart is not a goodbye forever, and because of the connection they have to one another, they will always be together in their hearts. Donne next explains that lovers who are only physical cannot endure a large separation, because their feelings will eventually wither away. Donne uses the metaphor of an earthquake. Moving of the earth brings harms and fears, as a comparison for the physical lovers. An earthquake brings destruction and pulls apart the land, such as the distance would pull these independent lovers away from one another. On the other hand, spiritual lovers, such as they are, will be able to survive a long period of separation because their love is unbreakable. He compares his love to the trepidation of the spears. The planets move nearer and farther from one another, and though they separate, they are a part of a whole, and always will be, no matter what movements they make. The next stanza explains that since their two souls are one, instead of the distance pulling them apart, their love will simply fill the space that will be between them. Donne uses a drafter's compass as a metaphor for their souls. A drafter's compass is used to draw a perfect circle. Each leg in a drafter's compass has its own specific purpose, just as each individual in a relationship has their own individual purpose. Although they can each stand on their own, they are dependent on one another. As long as the center leg remains cemented, a perfect circle can easily be drawn. Donne is implying that if his wife stands strong while he is away and does not stray, the circle will become complete, and when it does, it will mean his return home, along with the continuation of their lives with one another. They can begin again where they left off before Donne left, as if there was never any time spent apart. He is comparing his uncommon love with his wife that is so sacred and cannot be broken to the common everyday love of the common couple. It is rare to find a love so deep that your souls intertwine, and this is the love that he has found. There is no event that could ever pull them apart, and no way to end their love.